The next award is the Hopfner Award, and this is a Scituate Sailing Award, and it was named after a past member, Richard Hopfner. And it was funny, I was walking at the around the lighthouse the other day, and there's actually a bench named for him at the lighthouse. So when you're next on your lighthouse loop and you sit down to see a Richard Hopfner bench, we didn't donate it, but his family must have. But it's got a great view of the harbor, and I know he loves sailing. One of the things about Dick that I'm told, he was a great volunteer. He was out there all the time. He designed our logo and designed our book and did a lot for the organization, kind of an unsung hero. So the board, we take nominations for this, and we discuss and we pick a member. So this year. The person actually is not here tonight, so we're going to video this and send it to him. But I remember the first email that I received that I had years ago from this person, and she was very short on racing experience, but very long on enthusiasm, and she was the first to offer to help on something. And it was pretty evident that she could help out in many ways. And I think on the second year she became a member of the member at large on our board. She's helped out over the years in many ways by selling ads for our book, which is a fundraiser for us that helps to defray the cost of our program. She mailed letters to our members and our advertisers. She's chased payments, which is tough for people who take out ads and don't pay. And also has cleaned up after awards party. She's been one that always said she's a follower and not a leader. And this year I challenged her, and I think many of you know that who came to our bowling event. We had a great bowling event over the winter, and if you didn't come, we're going to have another one, and make sure you come this year. But she led and managed one of our most popular events this year, the bowling event. It was a lot to do, and we've had requests to repeat it. So this year's award goes to Donna Grafton, who unfortunately, Donna can't be with us tonight. I'm told she's recovering from some surgery. We wish she was here and be out dancing, but she's a true model of volunteerism and giving back to the organization. She's a crew, she's not a boat owner, and so we have a little gift here for Donna. So thank you, Donna. Big round of applause. I'm going to turn it over to Paul now for some special chafing.
Okay, everybody's probably wondering what this is behind us here. And this is some real Scituate Harbor J24 history. As everyone knows, I'm sure in the room, Chris Sullivan passed away a few weeks ago from cancer. And I just want Fred to just tell you a little bit about Chris and the early days of the J24 fleet. We're posthumously awarding him the Lou Gehrig Trophy, which is awarded to the sailor who shows up for the most races. But Sully's been racing J24s a lot longer than I have, and Fred is the only guy that can really go quite back. Maybe Dan Twig could fill in too, but I just a few words from Fred about Sully.
Love to talk about Sully. Sully was a lot of fun. I remember one day Sully called me up right after Christmas. He said, "Fred, what are you doing next week?" I said, "I don't know." He says, "We're going to go to Key West Race Week." I said, "Who we have in crew?" Sully said, "Well, you if you show up." So we went down. There were 3 other people who never sailed J24s and fought it out for last place all week. We had great fun. And the sail behind me, Sully had to move from Scituate to Florida at one point. He put his boat up for sale and let the big dog eat was the spinnaker on board. I bought Sully's boat and flew the spinnaker for a while, and when I sold the boat I kept the spinnaker and gave it back to Sully. So Sully was a great guy, a lot of fun, and we'll miss him.
I'd like to have Rebecca Glancy and Larry Burke and Ted come up here. They raced all summer with Sully on Sullivan's Wake, so come on up and we're going to give you this to hold in perpetuity until next year. if I can prevail on Dave to just say something about, what it was like being with Sully all these years, just say something, I think, right from the heart, okay?
Okay, well, you caught me a little off guard there, Paul. Thank you. It was always interesting. And, you should never be surprised. And he would call you at the most ridiculous time with the most ridiculous request. And that's what you did with Sully. That's just the way it went. And yeah, we're going to miss him. And it's a terrible loss, but we're all better for having to have been friends with Sully.
Okay, I want you to stay here because there's another award here that I'm going to do the honors of explaining, and forgive me if I go on a little bit. This is the Traveler Award. It's actually Sully's Traveler from his J24, and it's the Sportsmanship Award that I'm on here, and everybody else who's a J24 sailor worth his salt is on here, including a couple of my crew members. But I want to thank a few other people that helped put Sullivan's Wake into the water this summer. This guy right here is the yacht club steward now. Larry Berg gets a special award. He found this J24 down in Plymouth in about 100 pieces, and we got some secret finance here to put it together. And we've made an arrangement now to donate the boat to the yacht club so that future yacht club sailors will be able to raise J24s on Wednesday night. And I'd like a round of applause for Larry for putting that together. A couple of the other guys that helped Larry, and I'm sure he said he can't say it. He'd start crying. I'll tell you, I'm always crying right now. But if truth to be said, when you say Ned Joyce really spearheaded it, go try to say something.
Ned and a bunch of our friends put it together for Sully. He gave so much more to us than we could ever give to him. He's a great guy.
Thanks. Chris and Sue Clancy, also Kevin Lowe, they also crewed. Tad, would you like to just say something about Sully? This is the first season he's racing a J24, and he learned from one of the best.
Yeah, absolutely. I've only known him about a year or so, but and the whole time I knew him, I knew he was sick. But it was great to have the opportunity to sail with him and get to know him, and I feel like I'm a better person for it.
I go back to Sully racing turnabouts down here with his brother. He crewed for his brother, and he always beat me in my turnabout. And raced in 210s against him, and his dad, Ralph Sullivan, is a legend. I'm sure a lot of people in this room remember national 210 champion. Really taught Sully everything he knew, and was a great guy and a real good friend of Chet Proctor and all the Yacht Club 210 sailors. When I finally won a race in a J24, Sully gave me an old foul weather gear jacket that I treasure at home. It has the Florida's logo on it, and it's something I'm going to treasure in all the memories, but especially his brave fight against cancer. So Sully gets the Traveler Award. I made it through without crying. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Kevin.
Give Paul a little minute to compose. He has come up and do the rap one more. So thank you guys. Good job.